Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back to Deen at Dawn. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in the hadith sharif that the best of people are those people who are more beneficial to people. This is in Arabic, خير الناس أنفعهم للناس. The best of people are those who are more beneficial to people. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam also said, إن من أحب الأعمال إلى الله سرور تدخله على قلب مسلم. From the dearest actions to Allah Azza wa Jal, happiness which you bring into the hearts of people. And so Alhamdulillah, Thumma Alhamdulillah, all praises to Allah. We have so many organizations in our country that are doing this work, or the charitable work, the work that can benefit the community. And today, Alhamdulillah, we're going to be shedding more light on one of these organizations. And this is community outreach projects. And we have the representatives of this organization right here in our studio. Let's welcome them, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, brothers. Brother Thabit Sedan, you are the director and founder, is correct?
Founder, yeah.
MashaAllah. And we have also the secretary, our dear brother Waleed Taliep. MashaAllah. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your efforts and may Allah bless you. And may Allah take the organization from strength to strength. Allahumma ameen. In the beginning, Thabit, I would like to ask you, and just to shed some light on the organization. When did it start, and what motivated you to start this organization?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وصحابه أجمعين. Yeah, Sheikh, Alhamdulillah, September this year, we will be 10 years in existence.
MashaAllah.
We started off actually with an email. I received the email about Qur'ans that's needed in Malawi. So Alhamdulillah, I reached out to some of my friends and colleagues, and we managed to collect about 150 Qur'ans. And when we wanted to ship that to Malawi, I spoke to one of the Maulanas that was on the letterhead, and he informed me, Alhamdulillah, they have reached the quota. Not that they don't need, but we should try and distribute it in the Western Cape. Alhamdulillah, we were sitting with the Qur'ans, and then I thought, okay, what are we going to do with it? Then I reached out to Maulana Sheikh Munta, and he informed me that there's quite a lot of madaris in the Western Cape that's in need of Qur'ans. And so what we've done is we then reached out to the madaris and we managed to distribute that. And it actually, with all the contributions that we received throughout that period, we received more Qur'ans, Alhamdulillah. And then what happened was we teamed up with Voice of the Cape and partnered with them with the Ahlan wa Sahlan program on a Sunday, where we still collecting Qur'ans and then distributing Qur'ans on a Sunday during Ramadan. What happened was on one of those occasions, it was only that time my wife, Rushad, and I, and my cousin, who's marhum now, Najmi, Allah grant him Jannah, inshallah. We then went to one of the, to Bonfield that day, and then we were handing out the Qur'ans. And when we came out, we saw the line for people wanting iftar. And then the three of us spoke and said, these people have food not only for today. What will they have tomorrow and the day after? Sure. And then we put our heads together, and Alhamdulillah, what we started between the three of us, we collected between friends and families, items for food parcels. We ended up with 18. No problem. This is then what we decided. So at first we had 18 parcels that we distributed or collected, and then we found members of the community who does not get parcels from other organizations. We found that there's a lot of shy people in the community who's too shy to go out and ask for assistance.
Yes, correct.
And we try to assist those people to get something on the table. And we didn't realize the magnitude or the amount of people, families out there that's actually they got a skin on their face, so they don't want to ask for assistance. They'd rather stay without it. But alhamdulillah, through the qudrat of Allah, we managed to get hold of the people, and it just grew from there, alhamdulillah. So much so that today we have a database of about 420 families that we try to assist on a monthly basis with food parcels. Of the 400, we can only do 200 because we can only manage to give 200 families food parcels. But having said that, the food parcels or the items in the food parcels is sustainable for a family of 4 for a whole month. So it's quite a nice parcel that we make and distribute. and our members go out into the areas themselves and they distribute. We don't just drop it off. We ensure that the family who it was supposed to be allocated to, they get the parcels. And because we can't give everybody, we try to keep the seniors or the pensioners, because they get a pensioner's salary, if you can call it a salary, but they still have medical, they have water, everything else that they need to pay. And then there's nothing left for food. So that is where we try to assist, inshallah.
MashaAllah. So the Quran and the feeding.
Yes, Quran.
What other projects are there?
Okay, so the other initiative that we have, Sheikh, is we also make on a monthly basis pots of home food. Then we as an organization, prior to COVID, we would go out to the community and feed the community. And we take our kids with, so that they can see and live and learn what the other side of our community is experiencing. So unfortunately, during COVID, it was a challenge. So we had to change our method. But now, as we move out of COVID, we are now going back into the community. And I think the last time we were in the community was just after Ramadan, where we went into the Kensington community and we fed the community over there. So alhamdulillah, those are the three main initiatives that we have. And the Quran drive, we said we needed to kickstart that program again, but we needed to also get into the hospitals. But unfortunately, with the COVID situation, you are not allowed in the hospital. So, our hands was a bit tight. And because as well at the masjids all over Cape Town, the activities were down. So, when we do go to masjids, we hand out translation Qurans to the community for those non-Muslims, that they can also learn from the Deen, and then also the proper Arabic Qurans for the Hifz schools that is run at the various masajids. So alhamdulillah,
I see through the barakah of the Quran and how you started with the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the work prosperous. MashaAllah. You told me off air that you started with few numbers. Now how many people are involved with you?
So if I can, so I think before COVID we ended up with something like 35 families. But like
and now how you started first, how many? When you started, 3 people.
My wife and my cousin.
MashaAllah.
So in the first 5 years, we grew from one family or two families to about 35 families. And then, for like any other community organization that works in the community, it's on a volunteer basis. And sometimes, you struggle to get the volunteers, of course. So, just before COVID, we said that we need to engage the youth, because we're not getting younger by the day. And we need to continue with this process, although we are only touching on a very small percentage of the needy. It does make a difference.
The need is more.
The need far exceeds what we can provide. But alhamdulillah, unlike a lot of other organizations, we are active throughout the year, not just during Ramadan when funds are readily available.
Brother Waleed said, during COVID for the 2 years, even for the 2 years we were active, we still managed to make food. We still managed to make parcels. What we did with the food is we contacted different massages and communities where they would come and fetch the food, where we pre-packaged it for them and they distribute it. So we didn't want to stop what we were doing. We want to continue, and we just say shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us the opportunity to not stop and continue.
How people get to contact you if someone wants to get to contact you? How do you go about organizing that and support? Do they give money or do they give food straight?
In the beginning, people used to give food items for the parcels, but it's through WhatsApp messages, through Facebook, and through social media that we're actually active, and then people donate. And alhamdulillah, so far we actually have a monthly donor from New Zealand, Brother Imtiaz, who actually every month, alhamdulillah, his family send some New Zealand dollars to assist with the organization. But alhamdulillah, so far we've managed, and it's only through the qudrat of Allah that we can do what we do. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
I believe you are also an MBO as well.
NPO, yes, yeah,
NPO,
yeah.
Just to add on to what Brother Thabit is saying is that we don't turn any donation away, right? Because we don't know what barakah is there in one loaf of bread. And then also, in terms of our spread, we, like I said, before COVID, we had 35 families, and we are spread across the Western Cape. So we are almost in every area. We have a member that can then go around to whoever wants to donate.
So distributing everywhere.
Yeah.
Or there are certain.
No, there's different areas. From Mitchell's Plain, Valhalla Park.
We've been all over.
Alhamdulillah.
In COVID, 2 years ago, about 2 years ago now, almost September 2020, we went as far as Worcester.
I can see the banking details and it's on the screen now.
Alhamdulillah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts from all the donors, and we humbly appeal upon anyone who's watching us. If you would like to be part of that, you can take the banking details and you can support. And the different fields, as the brother just mentioned, one of them is feeding. And the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from his first advices when he just came into Madinah al-Munawwara, he said, "Ayyuhan nas at'imu at-ta'am." Oh, people, feed the food. And in our community, we know for sure there is hunger out there, and people are shy to it's not a shame, but there is hunger, and Allah is testing us through that. Allah Azza wa Jalla is testing every one of us. Are we going to do something? Are we going to change the conditions? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you as means, inshallah, to open the doors and to open the hearts of people in order to help and support those needy people in vulnerable areas where others can't reach them, but you can reach them. And that's why here comes the community outreach. MashaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your efforts. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. For indeed doing good will make the person feels good. And I'm sure you're feeling so great as whenever you are helping people and seeing the smiles of the.
That is a reward in itself. The smile, especially the smile of a child when his child have a warm piece of food in his hand that they can eat. Only the smile and the du'as, alhamdulillah, the du'as of those that we give to.
Yeah.
That is all that we ask for.
Or a non-Muslim woman that received a plate of food turns to you and says, "Ik ga bid dat Allah moet vir julle wees." You know,
it's dawah. This is dawah. It's practical dawah. And even without you uttering any words, any verbal words about Islam, action speaks louder. So this is actually you showing them what Islam is all about through your akhlaq and through giving and spending in the path of Allah.
Just to come back to the Quran, also in 2015, we actually had a Quran drive for all the hospitals. We delivered the Qurans in hospitals and the prisons that year. Alhamdulillah, and that is something that Brother Waleed was saying that we need to revisit and just make sure that there's Qurans again. Went as far as Hermanas, so all the hospitals received those Qurans. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this work prosperous.
Ameen.
That you spread all over, inshallah, and that you grow from strength to strength. And as I said earlier, that through your sincerity and the sincerity of the donors as well, Allah Azza wa Jal will open for you the doors and the hearts of people, inshallah. Coming to you, Brother Waleed, maybe a final message, inshallah, to our audience to encourage them to support, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, this is Allah Ta'ala's work. So we would encourage anybody to assist where they can, if they are not by the means to or have the logistics to feed people. At least latch on to. There are many organizations out there who's doing great work. And if they can latch onto them and support their efforts so that we as a Muslim Ummah can respond to the greater need of our country, which is our brothers and sisters.
MashaAllah. Beautiful message and very inspiring. And coming to you also.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, shukra. First of all, I need to shukr Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted me and my family and the friends the opportunity to be of service of the community and of the Deen, inshallah. And I want to say shukran to the members also, because it's not easy. Each one of us have our day jobs, alhamdulillah, but through their sacrifices and their needs, we can see the difference in the community. May Allah grant all of you barak and khairs in your lives, inshallah.
Ameen, ameen. Jazakumullah khairan for joining us this morning. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from you, to bless you, and to take you from strength to strength. Yes, Waleed, want to say something?
No, I'm fine.
Jazakumullah khair. Barakallah feekum. And inshallah, we'll have another interview with you, inshallah, when you grow more and more in the future, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Jazakumullah khairan for that. All right, we came to the end of the segment of our program, And inshallah, we're going to be taking a short break. We'll come back after this, inshallah.